Stop everything you're doing, because sitting in your pocket, your coin jar, or maybe even in that old shoebox in your closet, you might be holding a 1976'D bicentennial quarter that could be worth far more than just 25 cents. It sounds unbelievable, but some examples of this special Denver minted bicentennial quarter have brought in thousands of dollars at auction, and a few unique pieces have crossed into life-changing territory. Most people don't know what makes these coins valuable, and that's why so many treasures go unnoticed. But by the time you finish reading this, you'll know exactly what to look for and whether your 1976'D quarter is just ordinary pocket change or something truly special. So before you spend another quarter without thinking, make sure you understand the hidden value that could be in your hands right now. Back in 1976, the United States celebrated its 200th anniversary, and the U.S. Mint decided to honor the occasion with a special set of coins. The quarter was one of the stars of this celebration. Instead of the usual eagle design, the Mint introduced a new reverse featuring a colonial drummer along with a victory torch surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies. On the front, George Washington remained, but the date was changed from the usual single year to the dual inscription 1776 to 1976, making this design instantly recognizable. The Denver Mint was responsible for producing a massive number of these quarters, and if you have one with the small d mint mark on the front of the coin, you're holding one of those historic pieces. Now this is where most people get confused. Because the U.S. Mint made so many bicentennial quarters, more than 860 million from the Denver Mint alone, most of them are extremely common. If your 1976'D quarter has been used in circulation, shows signs of wear, or has lost its shine over time, it will likely be worth its face value of 25 cents, maybe $1 or $2 if it's still in nice condition, but nothing extraordinary. But a small number of 1976'D bicentennial quarters stand out because of rare errors, unusual minting conditions, or near-perfect preservation. These are the coins that collectors go crazy for, and these are the ones that can bring in serious money. One of the biggest reasons a 1976'D quarter becomes valuable is because of errors created during the minting process. These coins weren't made deliberately, they were accidents that slipped through the mint's quality control. When a coin has a genuine mint error, it becomes unique, and uniqueness increases value. One of the most famous errors for the 1976'D quarter is the doubled die. This happens when the coin's design is not perfectly aligned during the die creation process, causing parts of the image or letters to appear doubled. On a bicentennial quarter, that doubling can show up on the drummer's design, on the drummer's drumsticks, on the text Liberty, or on the motto "In God We Trust." If your 1976'D quarter has clear visible doubling, collectors will pay handsomely. Depending on the grade, a double die error can range anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s. Some high-grade double die examples have reached prices in the $1,000 to $4,000 range. Another error that can push the value higher is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't positioned properly in the press, causing part of the design to appear shifted to one side. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin tends to be. A slight off-center strike might bring in $20 to $50, but if a significant portion of the design is missing, values can jump into the hundreds or even thousands. The key is that the date and mint mark must still be visible, otherwise collectors tend to lose interest. There are also missing clad layer errors. Since quarters from this time are made of a copper core with a nickel-clad outer layer, sometimes that top layer doesn't get applied properly. When this happens, the coin can look like solid copper, or part of the surface may appear rough or discolor. These errors are harder to find in bicentennial quarters, and because of their rarity, a 1976'D quarter missing its clad layer can sell anywhere from $200 to $1,000 depending on condition. If only half of the clad layer is missing, the coin becomes even more visually striking, which can increase its value. While error coins attract a lot of attention, the condition of the coin can be just as important. When collectors talk about condition, they're referring to the grade scale that ranges from poor all the way up to mint state levels like MS 65, MS 67, and MS 68. A 1976'D quarter that has never been used in circulation, shows no scratches, and maintains its original mint luster can be worth much more than face value. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS 67 or MS 68, are extremely rare because it's difficult for a coin to stay in perfect shape from 1976 to today. A 1976'D Bicentennial quarter graded MS-67 often sells for around $150 to $300 depending on the strike quality. Meanwhile, an MS-68 example is significantly rarer and can sell anywhere from $1,000 to over $6,000. These sales come from major coin auctions where collectors compete to own top-quality examples. Now here's something many people don't know. While the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints produced both clad and 40% silver bicentennial quarters, the Denver Mint only produced clad circulation strikes. That means a 1976'D quarter will not be silver. However, people sometimes mistake worn or discolored clad coins for silver, so it's important to know that the Denver minted ones are always copper-nickel. Even so, because thousands of collectors want to own high-quality Denver minted examples, the MS-67 and MS-68 pieces still sell for significant prices. There are also unusual cases where prototype strikes or test pieces show up. These types of coins are extremely rare and usually only discovered when old mint archives or private collections come to light. These unique coins can reach tens of thousands of dollars because they were never intended for public release. While extremely unlikely for someone to find one of these in pocket change, they do exist and are part of the reason people still carefully check bicentennial quarters today. If you want to know whether your specific 1976'D quarter could be valuable, the first thing to look at is its condition. Hold it under a bright light and tilt it back and forth. If it still has a strong shine, sharp edges and no noticeable scratches, it may be worth more than face value. If you see wear on Washington's cheek, fine lines on the drummer's clothing, or dull surfaces, the coin has circulated and is likely worth between 25 cents and a couple of dollars. Next, look closely at the details. Check the words, numbers, and the drummer's design for any doubling. Look for anything unusual, missing letters, extra metal, uneven surfaces, or off-center design elements. These small details can make the difference between a normal coin and a very valuable one. If your coin appears uncirculated or has an error, the next step is to consider having it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will authenticate your coin and assign a grade based on its condition. A certified coin usually sells for more because buyers trust the grade and authenticity. For example, a raw ungraded coin might sell for $20 while the same coin graded MS-66 could sell for $150 or more. The truth is that not every 1976'D quarter is valuable, but many people throw away potential money because they don't look closely. Most are worth between $1 and $5 if they're in better than average condition, while common circulated ones stay at face value. But once you move into high-grade mint state coins or genuine error coins, values climb quickly. Even a simple off-center strike or double die can take a coin from pocket change to $100 or more. And the very best pieces, high-grade MS-68 coins or dramatic error coins, are the ones that reach the thousands of dollars range. So before you spend another bicentennial quarter without thinking, stop and take a closer look. The 1976'D bicentennial quarter is more than just a coin from the 1970s. It's a piece of America's heritage minted during a moment of national celebration, and some of these coins have become valuable collectibles. That's why so many people still check their change, hoping to find that one special coin the mint didn't intend to stand out. You might have one of those rare error coins, one of the highest grade survivors, or a piece that collectors have been hoping to find for years. The only way to know for sure is to take those few extra minutes and examine your coins carefully. Because sometimes a small piece of metal that has been in your pocket for years can turn out to be worth far more than you ever imagined.